You're a trooper, Tom. Okay. Nice looking place.
Very shortly, but we really strongly encourage the consumption of strong drinks here. It's very important to the spiritual enrichment of the program. So if you make your way to the bar, and it works on many levels. It's going to work in South Africa to encourage the US team to play, but it's also going to encourage your actors here to have a better time. So please,
There we go.
get some lunch, get something to drink.
Where's the piper? Just inside, head to the bar.
There was another Garrity fan. His name was Gazebo, Little Gazebo.
I never call her.
Yes, report back.
Hold my beer. Can we pass 36?
No, no. Okay, let me carry it up. There should be a job or 2 I can just, whatever happened should be divisible by 5, right? It should be divisible by 5.
There's nobody there right now.
The head. He's upstairs watching.
She's laying me after. She's yelling at me.
The youngest kid.
I lost track. Way more
It's time to meet Mr. Leopold Bloom, finally. Bloom is descended on his father's side of the family from Hungarian Jews. His mother was Protestant, so Bloom, an only child, was baptized Protestant and eventually became a Catholic to marry Molly. So he is part of all 3 religions, but he doesn't really belong to any of them. He is, in other words, an outsider, and we are introduced to him in his kitchen, in his home. And Matt Harris is going to read, and he's not only a Hungarian Jew himself, but, believe it or not, he was born on June 16th.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
We can.
Mr. Leopold Bloom. Mr. Leopold Bloom ate with relish the inner organs of beasts and fowl. He liked thick giblet soup, nutty gizzard, a stuffed roast heart, liver slices fried with crust crumbs, fried hen cod's roes. Most of all, he liked grilled mutton kidneys, which gave to his palate a fine tang of faintly scented urine. Kidneys were in his mind as he moved about the kitchen softly, writing her breakfast things on the humpy tray. Gelid light and air were in the kitchen, but out of doors gently summer morning everywhere. Made him feel a bit peckish.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. See, the coals were red. Another slice of bread and butter. 3, 4. Right. She didn't like her plate full. Right. He turned from the tray, lifted the kettle off the hob, and set it sideways on the fire. It sat there, dull and squat, its spout stuck out. Cup of tea soon. Good. mouth dry. The cat walked stiffly around the leg of the table with the tail on high. What now? Oh, there you are, Mr. Bloom said, turning from the fire. The cat mewed in answer and stalked again stiffly around the leg of the table, mewing. Just how she stalks over my writing table. Purr. Scratch my head. Purr. Mr. Bloom watched curiously, kindly the light black form. Clean to see, the gloss of her sleek hide, the white button under the butt of her tail, the green flashing eyes. He bent down to her, his hand on his knees. Milk for the pussins, he said. Mercagno, the cat cried. They called him stupid. They understand what we say better than we understand them. She understands all she wants to. Vindictive too, cruel. Her nature. Curious mice never squeal. Seem to like it. Wonder what I look like to her. Height of a tower? No, she can jump me. Afraid of the chicken she is, he said mockingly. Afraid of the chook-chooks. I never saw such a stupid pussins as the pussins. Mercrocrognow, the cat said loudly. She blinked up out of her avid, shame-closing eyes, mewed plaintively and long, showing him her milk-white teeth. He watched the dark eye slits narrowed with green till her eyes were green stones. Then he went to the dresser. He took the jug Hanlon's milkman had just filled for him, poured warm bubbled milk on a saucer, and set it slowly on the floor. Grrr, she cried, running to lap. He watched the bristles shining wirily on the weak light as she tipped 3 times and licked lightly. Wonder is it true if you clip them they can't mouse after? Why? They shine in the dark perhaps, the tips. Or kind of feelers in the dark perhaps. He listened to her licking lap. Ham and eggs? No. No good eggs with this drought. Want pure, fresh water. Thursday, not a good day either for a mutton kidney. Fried with butter, a shake of pepper. Better a pork kidney at Douglas's. While the kettle is boiling, she slapped slower, then licked the saucer clean. Why are their tongues so rough? To lap better, all porous holes. Nothing she can eat? He glanced around him. No. On quickly creaking boots, he went up the staircase to the hall. Paused by the bedroom door. She might like something tasty. Thin bread and butter she likes in the morning. Still, perhaps, once in a way. He said softly in the bare hall, I'm going around the corner. Be back in a minute. And when he heard his voice say it, he added, You don't want anything for breakfast? A sleepy, soft grunt answered, No, she didn't want anything. He heard then a warm, heavy sigh, softer as she turned over, and the loose brass quoits on the bedstead jingled. Let's get those settled, really. Pity. All the way from Gibraltar. Forgotten any little Spanish she knew. Wonder what her father gave for it. Old style. Ah, yes, of course. Bought it at the governor's auction. Got a short knot. Hard as nails at a bargain, old Tweety. Yes, sir. At Plevna, that was. I rose from the ranks, sir, and I'm proud of it. Still, he had brains enough to make that corner in stamps. Now that was far-seeing. His hand took his hat from the peg over his initialed heavy overcoat and his lost property office second-hand waterproof. Stamps, sticky-back pictures. Dare say lots of officers are in the swim, too. Of course they do. The sweated legend in the crown of his hat told him mutely, Plasto's high-grade Ha. He peeped quickly inside the lengthy headband. White slip of paper, quite safe. On the doorstep, he felt in his pocket for the latchkey. Not there. In the trousers I left off. Must get it. Potato I had. Creaky wardrobe. No use disturbing her. She turned over sleepily that time. He pulled the half door to him very quietly. Wore till the footloop dropped gently over the threshold, a limp lid. It looked shut. All right till I come back anyhow.
Yeah.